Welcome to this video where I'm going to be doing the level 8 parts of Sorrowdusk. So this is the Temple Outpost part. This is parts 5 and 6, so the captives and Libram of the 6. I haven't done too many videos out here in Sorrowdusk. I know I did a couple in Grey Moon a while back, but I don't know that I've done any others. So, level 10 now. I haven't done a video in a few levels, so... but I've been doing everything pretty much on, like Reaper 1 to 3. I think we did a handful of Reaper 4s, but generally, like, it's been me and a guildie just two-manning everything, and we've pretty much been doing it all like Reaper 2. Sometimes I've been pugging it out and putting it up to like Reaper 3, but, we're taking some hits at these low-level Reapers, so I haven't really been trying to push things really hard. I know I tried to solo a Reaper 4 earlier, just the entrance zone of Zorian Cypher, because I was just kind of curious, like, is this, Reaper Bulge, is this pre-quest? And I got just destroyed on Reaper 4 when I was by myself. But, yeah, everything on Reaper so far that can be done Reaper. And, my normal routine is to skip anything that can be done in epic levels and to save that to epic levels, getting that streak bonus in epic levels. And be doing multiple epic lives. So I'm going to save that extra XP. Then I'm finding I'm out-leveling content, and that's something that's been very frustrating with this Reaper mode. Now, I do want to say I'm having fun with it still. I really like the challenge. I'm glad this is added. But one of the problems with Reaper mode is that it's having this effect of dividing the player base. And what I mean is the level restrictions are for doing Reaper mode for maximum XP are different than the level restrictions for doing Elite for maximum XP. So for example, the Temple Outpost here this is a level 8 on normal and is 10 on Elite. But in order to get maximum Reaper XP, you have to do it at the base level, at the normal level, so level 8. So I'm level 10 right now. I'm actually going to take a 50% hit on my Reaper XP, but I've been, like I said, I've been out-leveling content. And I like to do everything, and that's just my own thing, and I understand that not everybody likes to do everything, but I want to go for max favor this life. I want to get that 5,000 tome, 5,000 favor tome, but most people aren't going to do all content. I totally get that, but I like to do it, and like I said, I'm out leveling content, so it's been a little frustrating, and just like if I wanted to do this for maximum Reaper XP, I would have to be level 8, but if somebody's elite streaking, they would be doing this at level 10, and so what ends up happening is the people that are doing Reaper mode at the level, in this case 8, if they post a group or something like that, the people that are elite streaking won't be able to join them because they're going to be over Reaper level, and I'd really like to see them pair up those levels. I can't see any reason why that shouldn't be the case. If Reaper's already harder, I understand doing it 2 levels lower makes it harder too, but whether that means just adjusting the Reaper difficulty or what, it just seems like that's something that ought to happen so that you don't get the division between the people that want to run Reaper and the people that just want to elite streak. But there's going to be people that are going to elite streak, and maybe they see an LFM up for Reaper, and they'd like to join that. But if they're elite streaking, again, they're going to be too over level for that maximum Reaper bonus, maximum Reaper XP. And by the way, this is the first video I'm doing with the updated debut program. So the version I was using was like 2 years old, so I updated the new version, and then I had some problems getting some settings, and so I was playing around with it. So things might look and sound a little bit different. I'm actually hoping the sound's a little bit better. I think I got it so that the video is about the same though. I had some really nice codecs that were getting really amazingly crisp video, but they were a little bit choppy, just a tiny bit. But then for some reason my lame little video editor didn't want to open those files, but it's okay. It was a little choppy anyway, so I think this video quality is going to be good enough. Alright. On the enhancement side, I'm just following my build post. I did make one change. I think I talked about it in my previous video about how I made a change to my build post where, like, I used to have it so that shield proficiency general was level 1 feat, and then just maximize at 3 and power at 6, because that was fine if you were elite streaking. But now that we got Reaper, so I changed it so you need the extra DPS. I changed it so that you're taking maximized right away at level 1 and power at level 3, and then shield proficiency at 6. So I just swap those things around a little bit so you get maximizing power right away. But right now I got the Enlightened Spirit tree as far as I really want to take it for now, because I won't have access to the top tier stuff till level 12, and I just picked up Utter Dark Blast. I do have, I think I also mentioned this last video, I picked up the shield, the all-on shield, because I wanted to swap out the regular spell for Charm Person. Charms, I think, are going to be an awesome strategy if you're just Reapering 1 to 20. If you're just doing a 1 to 20 life, and there are going to be a lot of people that are going to do that now. So all these triple completionists are wanting this Reaper XP, and they don't need epic lives, so you're just going to be running, I think, 1 to 20s to really crank out the Reaper XP, and like I said, charming mobs so far seems to be an awesome strategy. And I think I don't see any reason why it won't hold through 20. Obviously, I haven't tried it yet, but it seems like a pretty good strategy. But with just this little Charm Person, and I'm not even spec'd for enchantment spells, so its usefulness is starting to wane, and I do need to swap that back to shield, which I eventually will, and then dump this and spend those 2 points elsewhere. Next I'll be getting probably Chain Shape. On the gear side, I have done a little more crafting. I'm not optimally geared, but I'll just show you what I'm using. Still got the electrical absorption. This is an old school crafted item. So the new, absorption for this is level 5 would be lower than that. But I wanted to keep these on because I really like, like I talked about before, those lightning bolts from those kobold casters are scary in Reaper. This is the Enchanted Darkleaf Banded Armor from the Heroic Tempest Spine Raid. It's a source of heavy fortifications. Got a good armor bonus for medium armor at this level. Resistance 4. Not bad. It's not worth going out of your way to get, but I had it, so what the hell. Now look at this. Did Zorian Cypher and got a Mythic 1 Chaos Guard. This is not a bad item, Not worth going out of your way to get, but hey, it's got Heroism, Chaos Guard, Dodge 4. It's got a yellow slot. I mean, I have a bunch of empty slots right now, so I thought I'd pop it on. What the hell. So False Life 21, Constitution 6 on a crafted ring, which is also slotted up with False Life 10. But that's just because I disjuncted what was there and crafted over it, and I just didn't have anything else I wanted to put in that green slot. So it's redundant, but it is what it is. So got the Kundrak Delving Boots for the all-on freedom of movement effect. Very, very important. I drive this home whenever I talk about these freedom of movement items. It's not just preventing you from slipping and sliding in grease and sleet storm, but also makes you immune to being held. So totally awesome. I keep a freedom of movement on at all times. Starting at level 9 with this item, Orcish Privateer Boots at level 24, and then Boots of the Blessed Travels from the Defiler Just Raid at 28. Level 8 crafted. I could definitely have better than this now, but it's got Heal Lamp and Radiance on there. Haven't got anything in the green slot. If I had crafted a level 10 version, I could put like Insightful Radiance, like 30 or 40 or something on there. I'm not sure, but I just don't care. I don't really feel like. I guess with the added Radiance and the Insightful Radiance, it might be about 45 extra spell power, which probably should do since I'm doing Reaper, but I just don't want to waste the ingredients. Radiance Lore 9, Dexterity 4, just a random item that I found in the auction house. Strength 4, Dodge 4. Dodge is redundant from Chaos Guard. This is, something I crafted at level 5, and I'm just still wearing it just because, I want some strength and I don't feel like recrafting anything. Feather Falling in the green slot. This is a craftable. Fire Absorption 19, Electrical Resistance 20. I believe that those, I shouldn't say I mean, it used to. I assume that it still does. Never mind. Excuse me. That's Electrical Resistance 20. Fire Absorption 19. Blasting Chime. This is from the Caneth Challenges. It's the level 7 version. I'll have the level 11 version next level. If I didn't mention in a previous video, when to upgrade this, you can, if you have an old version, there's no way to convert it to the new, but there is sort of a workaround that if it isn't fully upgraded, if you have an old version that isn't fully upgraded, like this is just the tier 1, you can upgrade it to the tier 2 version of the new version, which I was going to do, but then I noticed the sonic lore is actually only 10% on the level 7 version of the new one. The resonance was a little higher, but the sonic lore was a little lower, so I just said screw it, I'll just keep it the way that it is. This is a craftable. I just made that this level. Spell saves 5, charisma 6. Nothing in the green slot or the extra slot. Just didn't want to spend the the collectibles. This is just random spell focus mastery 2. Helps my Everard's Black Tentacles. Helps my Charmed Person. And this is my light mithril shield that I've crafted. It's level 10 now. You know, this is a light mithril blank. You can get those mithril blanks out of some of the old school chains, like I want to say maybe like Sharn Syndicate, maybe like Red Fens. You'd want to look on the wiki if you're really interested in getting a mithril blank for a shield. And I use the small mithril because it has no arcane spell failure, I'll use this until I get Fanyon. Well, Fanyon now is level 14, but I actually have an old school version level 12, so I'll be using that at level 12 and then the new version at 14. And this, I just have crafted Sheltering 14 onto it. And my weapon is just something to swing around and do a little bit of damage. It's a Flame Touch Iron Blank that I got at Chronoscope. You can get Flame Touch Iron Blanks from the tavern in Chronoscope, and you can craft onto them. So if you're crafting just sort of a basic weapon, not an exotic weapon, then get your Flame Touch Iron Blank out of Chronoscope. That's the minimum you should be crafting on. It doesn't have all weapons there, but it has a bunch of them: long swords, short swords, stuff like that. Not Kopeshes and things though. Deadly 5 and 3d6 force. Again, just something to swing around at mobs, just to do some supplemental DPS. No big deal. This is just a, whatever works. If you want to put a caster stick there, that's fine. If you want a weapon to do a little bit of damage, that's fine too. But don't go out of your way to try to get a twink, melee DPS weapon. At least not if you're doing my build, because it's it's not melee damage. It's not melee DPS focused at all. Alright, we're gonna do Reaper 2. Last time I tried to solo Reaper 2 on video, I got smoked in Hirestone Inlet. I think that might have been bad luck though. If I remember correctly, there's a lot of champions and a couple Reapers raided that first mob, and that's pretty harsh. The Everard's Black Tentacles is proving to be very helpful in Reapers. Carnage Reaper! Those are the ones that hit hard. I don't even know these quests that well. These are just another set of quests that I do once per life, and only if I'm doing like a max favor life. Otherwise I wouldn't even do this chain. Oh, Reaper Tree. Didn't even talk about that. So I'm up to 5 points now. Woohoo! Only spending it in the tank tree because I just want to be as survivable as possible. I don't really feel like there's a whole lot over here that's gonna be, that meaningful to me. I don't need spell points. 6 universal spell power. I don't really feel like that's going to be meaningful. +1 to my spell DCs. I don't feel like that's going to be meaningful in this tune. So, with the con, 3 PRR, and extra hit points. I'll be able to get tier 2 in 8. My next point. So Northwind's over. Very sad. I had a lot of positive feedback on the series overall, but on that final episode too, so appreciate hearing from you guys. And today I just posted the reincarnation video that I did on request. Had a lot of views right away. I was surprised. I didn't think that would get very many views. I just posted it like, 6 hours ago, but it had like 50 views in the first hour, which is a lot for my videos. Normally it's about half that. Displacement, very important. Doesn't last very long. Look at how hard he's hitting me. Damn, what are the numbers like? Armor class 26. It doesn't seem right. Oh, he had some sort. He probably did the destruction on me. I was like 26. I should have more than that if I'm naked at level 1. Okay, so 66 armor class, 78 PRR, 63 MRR. And like those triple hits, those champions do like that, those ogres and trolls. Those can be pretty painful, as you saw. I do not like the self-healing penalty. I feel like, I understand that way, a healer becomes really valuable, but it's a bit of a joy killer. Why am I not using tentacles? Well, I just picked up the spell this level, so I'm not used to using it yet. Works very well, though. This is only maybe like the third quest I've done since getting to level 10. If I can find these. Gosh, this is another one I feel like I did a video of this. We don't need to do breakables on the video. I've seen a lot of comments on the forums about, I made that criticism of the level restrictions being different for Reaper versus Elite streaking, and it seems like a lot of people have that same criticism, and that seems like a pretty serious thing. Dividing the players is not a good idea. And then when I'm saying dividing them, I don't mean like turning them against each other. What I'm referring to is, that they're separated into different groups that, aren't going to want to run with each other. Or at least the people doing Reaper are, not going to want to have those people that are elite streaking that are over level. And so creating an environment where there are sort of less people that are going to want to group together is not healthy for the game. And that's just a fact. But and I don't know what their reasoning is for that. I don't know if maybe they're thinking, well, maybe you don't want, people who aren't doing Reaper, maybe they're a little bit more squishy, or maybe you don't want them in Reaper. I don't know. But I do know that my blur wore off, or my displacement wore off. That I'm going to be doing Reaper pretty much all the time from now on. Like, it's all Reaper all the time. Pretty much everything. In my guild, we haven't really graduated to Reaper raids yet. I mean, we did like Reaper 1 Tempest Spine the last couple of weeks. And that didn't really feel any different than Epic Elite. Maybe a little bit. But I know just in the regular quests, Reaper 1 definitely, to me, feels different than Elite. Reaper! One of the problems I'm finding is These damn Fear Reapers and their, their dots. If they're just anywhere near you, they're dotting you up. And like some of these quests, like it's like it's happening through walls. Like we can't get to these Fear Reapers, and yet they're dotting us up, and we can't get to them to kill them to stop the dot. So that's a problem. Hopefully, I mean that's got to be fixed. That was ridiculous. Like, we had a problem in Delira's last night where I don't even know where the Fear Reapers were, but they sure as hell weren't anywhere we could get to. These maps that sort of double over themselves and stuff. There's a Fear Reaper somewhere. You get kind of screwed. Lost Soul. Gives you a little mana back. They changed that. It was like a gem or something. I guess it was just really easy probably for people to pick them up thinking that it was a gem and not a mana thing. This way, hopefully, only the people that need the mana are going to actually pick it up. Look at that. Hell yeah. So what's the DC on the Everts, just for a point of reference? Doesn't list a DC, does it? It's like a strength check or something. I don't know. Successful fortitude save reduces the damage by half. Strength saver become entangled. But I'm not seeing an actual DC listed. I should know these things. Just not much of a numbers person. Never have been. Good lord. Picking up all treasure bags now because they're dropping collectibles, of course. Try one more time. I think I have True Seeing, actually. I should be able to use that now. Very important scrolls. What are some other important scrolls to have this level range? That's another level higher. Greater Dispel Magic. Ooh, Greater Heroism. God, I could use those now. Didn't use those level 9. I didn't have one in my hotbar. Stone to Flesh, that's just for gibbers. Ooh, I can use heal scrolls now. Need to load those up. What's my percent chance? 25. Ooh, yuck. You can even get oozes with your tentacles. The rallying cry that I'm doing, that's the clicky you get from the PDK past life. Makes you run a little bit faster. Hell yeah. And it also, I think, increases your saves, is it? +1 action boost, saving throws. Well, it's +3 because I have it stacked 3 times. Alright, on to the next part. Okay, I ran back to the ogre to advance the chain. And let's go ahead. That was, it's pretty easy. Let's try 3 skulls. I don't know that I've soloed anything on 3 skulls, but seems like different content. Well, I guess it's definitely the case that some content's harder than others. So I guess that would just translate right into the Reaper stuff. Go ahead and drink the Yugo pot. Ooh, I got dispelled. Probably should craft a better Radiance item because right there, as far down as I'm getting them with 1 burst, if I had, say, 45 extra spell power that's affecting both my light and evil damage because I'm running Underdark Blast, then, maybe that would one-shot them. So, I think I will do that. Let's see how this Reaper 3 guy hits. He's not hitting me too much, is he? There was another situation that we got into that was really crappy with the Fear Reapers, that it was something like they were on the other side of a door and we needed to open the door to get to them, but we couldn't open the lever because the dot kept interrupting us getting the lever. So so it was just stupid, you are taking these dots and interrupting everything. You need to open the door to get to the Fear Reapers so you can stop the dots. You couldn't open the door because it's just so. These are the kinds of tweaks that hopefully will be made. Don't hold your breath for that to happen anytime soon, but hopefully, ridiculous situations like that hopefully will be ameliorated. Plus, if I recraft those gloves to make them, the level 10 version with Insightful Radiance, I can also get a little bit more heal amp out of it, which is going to be really helpful. Heal amp seems like it's going to be more desirable than ever now with Reaper mode. Well, that was no problem. Reaper 3, I felt like I could have done Reaper 4. Nope. Maybe I got lucky and then didn't get hit by mobs as much, but whatever. So that's that. I'm still learning Reaper mode. I think the whole community is still learning it, so I'll keep passing along as many tips as I can in upcoming videos. Thanks for watching. If you have questions about my videos, you can respond on YouTube. If you have questions about my Voodu Warlock build, you can respond in the Warlock forums. And if you are on Sarlona, you're welcome to send me a tell.